Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. A bit more news is currently updated in the media now that reportedly Arsenal now are even closer to securing the signing of 25-year-old Denis Suarez, because potentially we know that Arsenal have been linked with him. Obviously he's just been reportedly dropped out of Barcelona's latest squad as Denis Suarez, because he's had a difficult time since he's been at Barcelona, and reportedly due to Arsenal's fantastic win today against Chelsea. And it was a very impressive performance, from Arsenal, to be quite honest with you. He has liked to post on Instagram celebrating Arsenal's 2-0 victory, at Chelsea today. But, I only watched bits of the game, but reportedly Arsenal dominated very well. And I think the majority of the players on that pitch, put a good performance out, Lacazette as well, getting his name on the score sheet yet again. I think Lauren Koscielny, scored Arsenal's second goal, as I said, and Laurent Koscielny, put a very good performance in, as I currently said. So potentially, Arsenal played very well today, and Denis Suarez has liked it because he said it was basically a terrific performance from Arsenal. It really was a terrific performance from Arsenal. As I said, they totally dominated the game. Chelsea were really poor, and I think Sarri will be disappointed about this. To be quite honest with you, but Arsenal were totally dominant, totally fluent. As we all know, from back to front, Arsenal totally dominated that game, and they were worthy winners. In the end, it was a very good vintage performance from Arsenal, as we all know. But they still obviously know that players are going to be leaving them. Obviously, they've still got some injury problems, and obviously, Umeme has confirmed he wants a central defender, and he does want a winger in his squad, as we all clearly know. It was a much better performance to put out against Chelsea today than they did against West Ham, because the performance against West Ham, Arsenal's was very poor, as we all know. But obviously, from Chelsea's perspective, obviously now it's wide open now, obviously, now Chelsea's sitting in fourth. As we all know, Arsenal are only 3 points behind them now. We're only 3 points behind top four, my club, Manchester United. Man United and Arsenal are on the same points now as it stands. But Arsenal are just above us on goal difference, as we all currently know. But Arsenal will be happy with this victory today. But obviously, it's still guaranteed. Maybe Arsenal could drop more points. Chelsea could be dropping more points as well, because Arsenal and Chelsea, have still got Manchester City coming up very soon, as I currently said. And our fixtures, my club, Man United, we've got Arsenal in the FA Cup coming up, and then I think it's Burnley at home, and then I think it's Leicester at home. So there should be two potential. We should be winning our next two league games without a shadow of a doubt. But definitely top four is on for us this season. But obviously our objective is top four this season. Arsenal's objective is to get in the top four this season. To invest more money and to attach players' interest, as we all know. Potentially Chelsea's this season is to get in the top four. Chelsea still could potentially, get third spot, because potentially they are sitting in fourth at the moment at Chelsea, as we all know. And obviously, from Chelsea's perspective, they wanted to complete the Gonzalo Higuain deal as soon as possible. So, potentially Gonzalo Higuain could have been potentially, in contention to make his Premier League debut in his first match for Chelsea. But that hasn't been the case, as we all know. There's been, reports coming out about Gonzalo Higuain potentially saying he will be arriving in London within the next 48 hours, to complete his medical. There's some reports saying he could confirm, it could be officially announced early next week that he'll be officially a Chelsea player, probably Monday or something like that. But it has been a bit of a delay. But from Chelsea's perspective, they wanted to get it done, the deal, so he could have played against Arsenal today, because we know obviously Morata was dropped again, in that game today. Morata was dropped. Obviously, Mesut Ozil was dropped out of Arsenal squad as well. Very surprised, because we know he hasn't played much this season, Mesut Ozil in Arsenal's team, as we all know. Potentially, there were reports coming out saying that he could be in contention for the Chelsea game. Umeme has obviously been coming out saying he's not thinking about him leaving, and Mesut also to Umeme has come out saying he's not thinking about him leaving, and he's obviously confirmed he wants to sell him, and to raise some funds into Arsenal Football Club, as we all currently know. But I think potentially Ozil could actually leave Arsenal, because he's not getting the game time. He's had injury problems, of course, as Mesut Ozil, as we all know. So I do potentially maybe see Mesut Ozil leave. He's obviously on £350,000 a week, so potentially, he's Arsenal's highest paid player, as we all know, is Mesut Ozil. But I think Inter Milan have reportedly been interested in him as well. We was interested in him last year as well, Mesut Ozil. But obviously, if he is to leave Arsenal, obviously Umeme, will want a replacement for him. And as I currently said, and obviously the number one to replace him at the moment is Hirving Lozano, as I've been discussing with you. But After this fantastic result, from Arsenal today, as I said, Denis Suarez's name has been mentioned. Reportedly, he's liked a post on social. He's liked a post on Instagram, celebrating Arsenal's 2-0 victory today. And reportedly now Arsenal are on the brink of getting him on the loan deal, as we all know, because Umremme has confirmed he can't afford any loan signings. He can only afford loan signings. Sorry, Umremme said, and he's ruled out Arsenal making any permanent moves in this January window due to that they haven't got any money to make any purchases, as we all currently know. But this Denis Suarez situation, reportedly he was dropped out of Barcelona's latest squad, as it has confirmed. So he's out of favour with Barcelona, as we all know. But from Barcelona's perspective, they're still confirmed to somewhere along the line get him a new contract extension before he joins Arsenal on loan. And we know Arsenal have been in heavy negotiations with Barcelona, and Arsenal have approached, obviously, Denis Suarez's representatives over this. His girlfriend did come out in the press, his girlfriend did come out in the press. Well, she confirmed on Instagram, did his girlfriend, that he will be signing for Arsenal. Denis Suarez. This was obviously Denis Suarez's girlfriend, but his contract ends with Barcelona in 2020, and we know potentially the Barcelona president had been in negotiations with Arsenal, and the Barcelona president did confirm that he will be joining Arsenal this month, Denis Suarez, because he's keen on reuniting with Umremme. Of course, Umremme knows Denis Suarez, and Denis Suarez knows him, and it'd be interesting to see. I think he will go to Arsenal this month, and it'd be interesting to see where he fits in the team. From Arsenal's perspective, they'll have to hope that he does hit the ground running, Denis Suarez, because he can play on the left, he can play on the right. He can play centrally as well, can Denis Suarez, as we all know. So potentially Arsenal have to think about, where he's going to fit in the team, Denis Suarez, as we all know. But reportedly Arsenal are going to be paying a loan fee of probably just under £2 million to get him on loan. Then obviously Arsenal are going to monitor him, see how he fits in the team, see if he, performs well, see if he complements Arsenal's team very, very well. And then they probably will consider making the deal permanent in the summer. I think they've already reportedly confirmed that they're going to make the deal permanent in the summer. I think Arsenal would have to pay just under £20 million, to make the deal permanent in the summer, as we all know. But it's been one of Umremme's, number one targets, as Denis Suarez, as we all know. But reportedly now, after Arsenal's fantastic performance today and fantastic victory against Chelsea, Denis Suarez's move is edging closer in the current process. So yeah, Arsenal have been very, very interesting. He's 25 years of age, as I said. He hasn't been, really been given the opportunity at Barcelona. Dropped out of their recent squad, as it has basically been confirmed. But Barcelona seem to have softened the stance on him. Barcelona, I think, are keen on raising funds for him. But obviously, Arsenal have confirmed they're inquiring on getting him on a loan deal, as we all know. And actually, when he was a lot younger in his prime, he actually began his career with Manchester City. Did Denis Suarez, as he did confirm. But obviously as well, as I did say to you about Ozil, has obviously targeted Ivan Lozano as a number one replacement for Mesut Ozil as well. And I think potentially it'd be good for him to experience the Premier League. I think he'd be a good addition, to Arsenal's squad with this Ivan Lozano, because he's 23 years of age, very young in his prime. Do you think he'd grow and develop very, very well under Umremme, this Ivan Lozano? Because Ivan Lozano's performances for Mexico were very, very good in the World Cup last summer, as we all know, very, very impressive indeed. He's got a great Eredivisie record since he has been at PSV. PSV only paid £7 million for him. He has got a contract till 2023 with PSV. I think he's mainly a winner. He scored 17 goals in his debut season, as I did say. But he's a very, very good player. He's been scoring and providing this season for PSV Eindhoven, as we all know. But reports from Italy have suggested out that Arsenal have been interested in him. It also said Napoli have been interested in him as well. But he is a very, very good player. Of what I've heard of him, he's commonly known as Chucky, as this Ivan Lozano. But it's been coming out in the last couple of days that Arsenal have set their interest. As I did say to you in the press, a couple of weeks ago, as I did say to you, what I said to you a couple of weeks ago, that reportedly Chelsea being interested in him, but obviously Raiola, who represents the player, confirmed that he will be staying at PSV Eindhoven this month, Ivan Lozano. But I think he's a good player, Ivan Lozano, what I've seen of him, to be quite honest with you. Obviously, he's 23 years of age, so he's young in his prime. I think from PSV's perspective, they're wanting around over £35 million, if they are willing to do any business in this January window. Obviously, Arsenal can't afford that, so potentially it won't be like it'll be likely he'll probably leave PSV in the summer, as I currently said. But very, very good player, 23 years of age. As I said, he's Mexican. As I said, I think he scored 15 goals this season, has he, in all competitions or something like that. So he can score goals as well, this player. So I think he'd be a good addition, to Arsenal's team. And this is why, obviously, Umremre has been interested in him, of course, as I said. So there has been a few teams, that have expressed their interest in the player. He's still under contract with them till 2023, as we all know. But reportedly, his performances for PSV since he's been there have been very, very impressive indeed. The Mexican, as I said. Obviously, also too, that potentially, obviously, we've heard the rumours, about James Rodriguez, that reportedly Arsenal have also been interested in James Rodriguez as well. Potentially, it did confirm that Umremre were interested in James Rodriguez. He's currently on a 2-year loan deal with Bayern Munich. He's only got 6 months left of that loan deal to serve. Potentially, Bayern Munich do have the option to make the deal permanent in the summer. Obviously, Bayern Munich forked out around, was it £12-13 million to get him on a 2-year loan deal, as we all know, James Rodriguez. But reportedly, it did say it could cost Arsenal in the region of just £3 million, or something like this for James Rodriguez, as it did currently say. But he's been another potential Arsenal target, as we all currently know. But, I think they'll get Denis Suarez in this January window. They'll get him on loan as they want to, and then they'll probably make the deal permanent in the summer, which I think they have agreed. And then obviously they're going to see in this, loan if he does perform well or not, Denis Suarez. But it's looking likely it's going to happen because he's been left out of Barcelona's latest squad. And obviously he's like to post on Instagram celebrating Arsenal's 2-0 victory today against Chelsea. But great performance from Arsenal. And they have still got good players with Arsenal, as we all know. But as I said, they need a winger. They need a central defender because they have still got injury problems, don't forget, as I currently said, of Arsenal. But they've got Suarez. I think Suarez is a very, very good player for Arsenal. I think Aubameyang and Lacazette in the front line are very, very good. I think they complement each other very, very well. I think they're a fantastic partnership. They score goals, they provide, and they have proven that very, very well this season for Arsenal. And they were 2 good signings, as I said, for Arsenal, as I said, because they've been doing very, very well. As I currently said, I think Jack is still doing very, very well for Arsenal. I think Ramsey still, when he does get the chance and when he does play, I think Aaron Ramsey is still playing well for Arsenal, even though he knows he's going to be leaving. It probably will be likely to happen in the summer. He will be going to Juventus when his current contract term expires. But Aaron Ramsey's been a fantastic servant, for Arsenal over the years. He's been there 10 years, is it now? He's made over 300 odd appearances and he has scored goals as Aaron Ramsey, and he is a good box-to-box midfielder, as we all currently know. And Arsenal still know deep down how much of a key player he is, how much of a key player he has been for them. It's going to be made official in February, but he's going to be joining Juventus, and when he does go to Juventus, obviously he's going to be the second highest paid player, just behind Cristiano Ronaldo, as we all know. He's having Ramsey, but he's still, giving it the best for the team, when he does play Aaron Ramsey. I think he did play today, actually, Aaron Ramsey, to be quite honest with you, and he risen up the ranks for Cardiff. Arsenal only paid, £5 million for him, as we all know. He's won 3 FA Cups with Arsenal. He scored in 2 of the finals, as we all know. But he's a good box-to-box midfielder. My club, Man United, I'd love us to sign Aaron Ramsey. He's Premier League proven. He's a box-to-box midfielder, very direct, as we all currently know. But he's still, playing well for Arsenal, even though he knows he's going to be leaving, as we all know. But the majority of them Arsenal players today on that pitch, put a fantastic, performance out against Chelsea. I thought it'd have been much, much closer, to be quite honest with you, because obviously both teams have problems, as we all know. But obviously Chelsea wanted to confirm the signing of Gonzalo Higuain, obviously, so he could be in contention, today for the Arsenal game. But it hadn't to be, as we all know. So potentially, from Chelsea's perspective, Sarri will be disappointed about this, as we all know, because obviously Chelsea are in Chelsea are in the Europa League. They want Champions League for next season. Arsenal are in the Europa League. They want Champions League for next season. So there is quite a few teams now, going for that top 4, as I currently said. But obviously, as I did say, from Chelsea's perspective, they've done very, very well in this January transfer window. Without a shadow of a doubt, they've done very, very well in this January transfer window of Chelsea. Without a shadow of a doubt, they've done very, very well. They've got Gonzalo Higuain. It's obviously confirmed that, they are going to get him on loan. He's set to arrive within the next 48 hours to complete his medical. He could be officially a Chelsea player, probably on Monday, Gonzalo Higuain. Obviously, they've got Christian Pulisic, who'll be playing for Chelsea next season as well. They're on the verge of getting Leandro Paredes from Zenit St. Petersburg as well. So Chelsea are having a really, really good January transfer window, as we all currently know. But obviously, the Chelsea know they need a striker up there, and obviously now they've got Gonzalo Higuain, as we all know, and they would have missed Higuain in that team today, as we all know. Chelsea didn't really do much today, as I currently said, but obviously, no, it's obviously he's going to be leaving Chelsea without a shadow of a doubt, as I did say. But Gonzalo Higuain, when he does complete his move to Chelsea, I honestly think he'll be a great addition to their squad. Gonzalo Higuain, I think he'll score the goal. I think he'll score goals. I think he'll lead the lines very, very well, and I think he'll complement Chelsea's team fantastically well with Higuain, because Sarri knows him. He knows Sarri, does Higuain, as we all currently know. And it's obviously been confirmed. Chelsea have negotiated it with Juventus and AC Milan in the current process. They've negotiated about it. Chelsea have got him on a 6-month loan. Probably then with the option to make the deal permanent in the summer, then Chelsea probably have to pay around £32 million to make the deal permanent in the summer. But it depends on the appearances and the goals. Chelsea could extend it by a further year, this loan, in the summer, depending on, as I just said, depending on his appearances. And depending on his goals, Gonzalo Higuain, as we all currently know, but very, very good player. Maybe some people may believe he may become a flop at Chelsea, but if he doesn't perform well in this in this 6-month period when he's on loan, with Chelsea, then Chelsea will obviously say we're not making the deal permanent because he hasn't proven himself on this 6 months loan deal, and that is as simple as that. As we all currently know, but I think he'll do well. I think he'll be a great addition, to their squad. Gonzalo Higuain, Sarri knows him, as I said. He knows Sarri. He's proven himself, throughout the majority of his playing career. I know he didn't do so well with AC Milan, Gonzalo Higuain, but it doesn't mean he isn't going to do well with Chelsea. And obviously, when Gonzalo Higuain does officially, become a Chelsea player, that will then allow Eden Hazard to go back in his favoured role, which is the left wing position, rather than playing in a false number 9 position, which he has been doing. Eden Hazard, as we all know, he has been playing in the false number 9 position instead of his favourite position on the left wing, because obviously Sarri has been constantly dropping Morata, so he's put Eden Hazard up front there, as we all currently know. But Higuain, obviously, Chelsea have confirmed it now, as we all know, and obviously, we know the Chelsea director and the Chelsea agent. Well, Chelsea directors and the Chelsea board, do have strong reservations about it, because considering that he is age 31, Gonzalo Higuain, and obviously Chelsea board and Chelsea director obviously have strong reservations about it, because obviously they have a strict policy of only giving players 12-month contracts, just only 12-month contracts if they are age 30 or over the age of 30. And obviously Gonzalo Higuain is the age of 31, as I said. But I think throughout his playing career, he scored over 200 goals. He's hitting just under 600 odd appearances, Higuain. But he's grown and developed, and he's turned into a fantastic player, without a shadow of a doubt. When he was young in his prime, he had 6 good years with Real Madrid. Fantastic 6 years with Real Madrid when he was young in his prime. I think he actually began his began his youth career, was it with River Plate, something like that. It's a good 6 years with Real Madrid, and he had 3 fantastic years with Napoli, broke Serie A record, and then Juventus got him, and I thought he did good in his 2-year period, with Juventus. Did well, did Gonzalo Higuain. I know he didn't do so well whilst he was on loan at AC Milan, Higuain, but as I said, I think he'll do very, very well for Chelsea, because Chelsea are lacking goals, and that is their problems this season, not putting the ball in the back of the net enough. They are creating chances still, they are good at keeping holding onto the ball, but they're just not scoring enough goals, but they are creating chances. And obviously that is all down to Morata, because obviously when Morata has been playing this season, he's missed a hell of a lot of chances. He's cost Chelsea points, as we all currently know. I don't think Morata played today, as I said, but obviously the Higuain move's been delayed due to this Morata scenario, with him obviously planning an exit and going to Atletico Madrid. So I think this has been potentially the delay. This is why it's been a delay of Higuain going to Chelsea, because Morata has not officially left Chelsea yet, as we all currently know. But we know quite a host of clubs have been interested in Morata, as we all know. A lot of clubs have been interested, but now the favoured team to get him, obviously, are Atletico Madrid, as we all currently know. There's been negotiations going on with Chelsea and Atletico Madrid in the current process. Atletico Madrid are keen on getting Alvaro Morata. According to the Spanish expert, he's actually confirmed that reportedly Morata's agreed to join Atletico Madrid. Reportedly, he's reached a personal agreement to join Atletico Madrid as Alvaro Morata. But as I did say his wage could be a problem, could have Real Morata's, because he's on about, what, £8 and £9 million per season. But reportedly, from Morata's perspective, he's willing to take a pay cut to join Atletico Madrid. So meaning Atletico Madrid will have to reportedly either offload Gelson Martins or Klasnic, as we all know. I think they maybe could offload both of them, Atletico Madrid. But, do you think he'd fit in, the Atletico Madrid system? Do you think he'd complement their team very, very well? I don't know, to be quite honest with you. I don't really know. But obviously now they are the favourites, to get Morata on the board. And he's been a disappointment for Chelsea, especially since Xavi's been recommending the job. He's failed to, establish himself. He obviously hasn't been his number one choice as Alvaro Morata, as we all know. But potentially he's failed to emulate of what he did, when he was at Real Madrid, because he did very, very well when he was at Real Madrid. Spent most of his playing career there. He had 2 fantastic years with Juventus as well, did Morata. But he hasn't done it at Chelsea. And Chelsea paid, what, £60 million for him in 2017. I think he signed a 5-year deal as well did Alvaro Morata. But reports are saying that Atletico Madrid have reportedly agreed to sign him on a loan. Have agreed to sign him on loan, I think. And I think reportedly Atletico Madrid are going to pay £3 million for the loan, and then probably have the option then to make the deal permanent in the summer by paying probably an extra £40 million to make the deal permanent in the summer, as we all currently know. But there has been a lot of talks about it going on. So I think Morata definitely will be leaving in this January window, and obviously Chelsea are going to see Higuain as a potential replacement for him, as we all know. But Higuain will improve Chelsea without a shadow of a doubt, because that's one of the major areas where obviously Sarri wanted to strengthen up, because they are lacking in that attacking third of the pitch without a shadow of a doubt, because they've had to play Eden Hazard in a false number 9, because Morata obviously hasn't been delivering the goods, and he hasn't really been getting the opportunity, as we all currently know. But as I did say, Chelsea, David Luiz, he's coming to an end of his contract in the summer. I think he'll be leaving. Obviously Gary Cahill has been news about him as well. I think, Gary Cahill, could be leaving. And reportedly, I think Gary Cahill's actually, being linked to Fulham, if I am right, Gary Cahill. Obviously they're out there looking for the replacement for Cesc Fabregas, as we all currently know. But with this, obviously now Chelsea are on the verge of getting their third signing of this January transfer window, and reportedly reports are coming out, saying that Chelsea have nearly come to an agreement, with Zenit St. Petersburg over this for 24-year-old Leandro Paredes. He's a Zenit St. Petersburg midfielder. He's 24 years of age, and I think he has confirmed that he does want to leave Zenit St. Petersburg. This Leandro Paredes. Reportedly, I think Chelsea have nearly come to an agreement on a fee for the player of just over £30 million. Zenit St. Petersburg are demanding they want £36 million around £36 million for the player, but Chelsea's 31 whatever million pounds of they've offered is close to Zenit St. Petersburg's valuation they are demanding, which is £36 million. Chelsea have offered, I think, just over £31 million. That is their second offer, because Chelsea's first offer were obviously rejected by Zenit St. Petersburg. But I think he's confirmed he does want to make the move to Stamford Bridge. As I said, I think initially personal terms have been agreed, a contract's been agreed. He did say reportedly he's going to be signing a 4.5-year deal with Chelsea. Chelsea are going to reportedly give him a salary a week of around £80,000. I think, annually year is going to be around 4.5 million or something like that for the player. As I said, his actual boyhood club was Boca Juniors, was Leandro Paredes. But reportedly Chelsea have been in negotiations with Zenit, heavy negotiations with Zenit St. Petersburg over this. And he's a young player, as I currently said, so that's very, very beneficial for Sarri as well, because I think he'll grow and develop a mould, under Sarri, as I said, just like I think Christian Pulisic will, because he's a youngster as well. So Chelsea, if they can get this sign of Leandro Paredes, there's 2 youngsters they've got there in their team, but obviously Pulisic is going to be playing for them next season, as we all know. 24 is this Leandro Paredes. Chelsea seen him as a good replacement, reportedly, for Cesc Fabregas, and Sarri will get a lot of years out of him. It will be good for him, to experience the Premier League, this Leandro Paredes. So Chelsea now are on the verge of confirmation of signing that player as well. So Chelsea are having a fantastic window, as we all currently know, compared to the likes of us, because we haven't, made any signs as yet in this January transfer window, as they have. Arsenal obviously can't afford to buy any players outright, because Ramirez, as I said, it's confirmed that he can only get players on loan. Tottenham, obviously, I can't see them spending any money this January window. Pochettino will be frustrated with a lack of transfer activity in that Tottenham team. They've only spent £50 million since 2014. Now they've got a big blow in their team. I think they're still sitting third, but they could drop down further down the league. They may not, but obviously now one of their key players is out. They've got Harry Kane out until March this year, so that could be a bad effect on Tottenham Hotspur, to quite honest with you. I think Son is on international duty as well, who's been playing very, very, very well, for the Tottenham this season. So, Tottenham could crumble now, obviously. Harry Kane is injured until March, as we all. Saying about Higuain, Chelsea definitely needed a player like Higuain, a proven prolific goal scorer, highly experienced, as we all know, and playing with a manager he obviously knows as well, Gonzalo Higuain. But Tottenham didn't. Tottenham may have needed him now, Higuain. We didn't need a striker or Higuain because we need a central defender. Us, Arsenal didn't need him because they've got a fantastic line. They've got Aubameyang and Lacazette who are a fantastic ship. As we all know. But going to head into today's game at my club, Manchester United, it was a great win for us today, winning by 2-1, as we all know, against Brighton. And it was good, the goals obviously were from the goals, Paul Pogba from the penalty, and he's been scoring and providing, very, very well, Paul Pogba. And I think Pogba's getting the freedom, to express himself, as we all know, which is very, very good to see. Good Rashford, got the second goal for Manchester United, lovely, play, for Marcus Rashford, lovely piece of brilliance from Rashford. He's skillful, his finishing's dramatically improved as well, as Marcus Rashford's. It was lovely, Freddie pass from Dalot, because Diego Dalot, got the assist. But it was good to see Rashford make his 150 appearance today for Manchester United. Just only age 21 as well, and I think he'll grow and develop more. Will Rashford? Obviously, Rashford. I think he's better in the middle. I think he's better when he's more centrally because he looks more effective. Does Marcus Rashford? So I think potentially Marcus Rashford is mainly a number 9, as we all know, is Marcus Rashford. But yeah, he put a fantastic performance out today, Rashford. He scored now in his last 4 league games as well for Manchester United as Rashford. So what a player he is. I only watched the highlights as I did say on my last video. I thought the performance was good in the first half, and I think we had a chance when Paul Pogba had an overhead kick. That was a chance. I think we had a couple of chances from Rashford in the first half. I think Martial had a couple of chances as well. But more or less, Solskjaer went with the same team. Solskjaer went with the same team more or less as he did against Tottenham, as we all know. The only difference is, I think, Diego Dalot got brought into contention, obviously into our team, because obviously it did confirm that Luke Shaw, I think he had to make a late change to Solskjaer because Luke Shaw reportedly suffered some kind of illness, so potentially he brought Diego Dalot in to contention. Did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know. Went with Jones and Lindelof as a centre-back partnership because obviously Smalling and Marcus Rojo obviously are still injured, as we all know. But I knew obviously he brought substitutions on in the game in the second half. Did Solskjaer? He brought Lukaku on. Obviously Lukaku wasn't going to start from the start because obviously Rashford is first choice over him, because what Rashford can offer up front, which is absolutely fantastic, Lukaku can't offer that in our front line, as we all know. So Lukaku came on, Mata came on in the game, and Darmian came on right at the end as well. So Solskjaer did bring 3 substitutions on, which was good to see. But I think Martial's fantastic on the left. I think he creates that width very, very well. He can provide. His pace is unbelievable, and I think he'll grow and develop more. Anthony Martial, and to be quite honest with you. And another thing, I've realised, Herrera's, Ander Herrera's getting in the he's playing a big part now in the team. He's Ander Herrera, to be quite honest. He's becoming regular now under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the team, because before he was struggling to get into the starting 11 before was Ander Herrera, but since Solskjaer's coming, he has been a regular in the team as Ander Herrera, and he has been playing a big part as Herrera, and I think he does complement our midfield very, very well, Ander Herrera. I think Matic has really improved since he's come to Manchester United, since Solskjaer's coming, should I say. Matic has really improved his distribution. He's galloping forward more. He looks more effective in his passing. Does Nemanja Matic, as we all know. So there's been so much fast improvements, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's coming. So that's 7 wins out of 7 now, is it? In all competitions, 6 league wins and 1 win in the FA Cup. Is it 19 goals now scored? As I currently said. So it's looking very, very good indeed. We was hanging on a bit, today against to be quite fair. We was hanging on a bit. To be quite honest, we were hanging on a bit at the end, and that's a lot of United fans don't like to see that. It wasn't the best thing. It wasn't the vintage performance. It wasn't the best performance we've seen. But obviously, all that matters is the 3 points, and it keeps our top 4 hopes alive. But yeah, 7 wins out of 7. Solskjaer's now become the first manager to win his first 6 league games. Since the great Sir Matt Busby. He's actually beaten great Sir Matt Busby's record as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Which is very, very good to see. I can't comment on Brighton's goal because actually I didn't see Brighton's goal. To be quite honest with you, our first one was from a penalty from Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba had got fouled in the box, as I said. But I only watched the highlights because obviously it wasn't televised, the game today, as we all know. But Solskjaer definitely now, will be the favoured, to get the job at Manchester United, as we all know. He will be now the favoured to get the job with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He will be Ed Woodward's number 1 now with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And Solskjaer's confirmed he'd love the job on a full-time basis because it would be hard for him to leave. And Solskjaer's brought the fear factor back to the club. He's brought the attacking football, that we used to see under Alex Ferguson, which is very, very good. He's brought that, fear factor back, that confidence back. He's motivated the team. He doesn't rest on his laurels. He shows the inspiration to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know. And I think, in my opinion, he's the right man for the job, is Solskjaer, because there's been a lot of vast improvements since he's coming. Fullbacks pressing high up the pitch, creating more chances, finishing's improved. Our determination to win the possession back also has improved as well. We're looking quicker on the ball. We're looking sharper as passing's improved. Getting through the channels better as well. We've dramatically, there's been a lot of improvements, since Solskjaer's come in. But as I did currently say, I still think there's key areas we do need to strengthen up. I think we need a central defender, as I do keep saying. I think we need someone on that right as well. I think we probably still potentially need a centre defensive midfielder, as I have confirmed to you, as I said. But I said majority of our attack is coming from the left-hand side, as we all currently know. Our majority of our attack is coming from the left, as we all currently know. So we definitely still need a strong central defender, as we all know. But Solskjaer previously said it's unlikely we'll make any signings in January. He doesn't. He said he doesn't expect us to make any signings in this January window. So now I potentially would give Solskjaer the money. Why don't they just give Solskjaer the money now to spend in this January window? Like Chelsea have been, they're doing very, very well, in this January window, because Chelsea have got a very, very good transfer policy, as we all know. But potentially, as I did say, we have still got players coming to the end of the contract, so that does need to be sorted out, as we all know. Solskjaer knows the trappings of the club, he knows the culture of the club, because as I did say, he watched some of these players grow and develop in the... He watched some of these players grow and develop in, when he was managing the reserve team, watched the players grow and develop. He's a great player for 11 years, scored loads of bag full of goals, scored in the 1999 final. As I said, was here 11 years under Alex Ferguson as a player, and won, I think, was it 6 Premier Leagues or something like that? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won, when he was a player, to be quite honest with you. But he did say he was going to be rotating, and he was going to be giving everybody the chance, Solskjaer, as he did confirm, as we all know. But we also too do know that we have got players coming to end the contracts, as I said. We are linked with a lot of players, as we all know. We're linked with Koulibaly. A lot of United fans want to see Koulibaly come in because he's got great physical attributes. He adapts every his game very, very well. Very, very good in the air. He's, 6'5", so he's tall as well, which would be very, very beneficial. And that's obviously our number 1 target. And we know he would cost in excess of probably over 100-odd million. But we know we have got that financial power to meet his valuation, as we all know, because he's got a contract with them till 2023. Koulibaly, with Napoli. He's been in Italy a number of years now. He's grown and developed fantastically well, and obviously he's unhappy now in Italy. Majority of it is due to that racial abuse. He suffered back in December. Koulibaly, as we all currently know, but he's a great player, as we all know, one of the best players in the world in his current position, that he fulfills, which is mainly that central defensive position. But I think he's a versatile Koulibaly. Man United have been in talks. So far in the process, we have had 3 bids turned down from Napoli. The recent one, obviously, was £95 million. That had been turned down from Napoli, as we all know. But obviously, he has been our number 1 target, He has been our number 1 target, as Koulibaly, as we all know. And potentially we're linked with quite a few other players, that I've already been discussing with you. It did come out in the press today as well. Like, reportedly Solskjaer told Manchester United to go and make an approach for Steven Bergwijn, you know, the PSV midfielder. Well, he's capable of playing on each wing, is this Bergwijn, as I currently said. And we do potentially know we need someone on that right-hand side, to be quite honest with you. But we are looking good out wide on the left, because Martial's looking good on the left. Luke Shaw's looking good on that left-hand side. He's galloping forward up the pitch as well. He's Luke Shaw, because obviously Luke Shaw's our first choice left-back. But yeah, he can reportedly, Steven Bergwijn can play on each wing. Reportedly, he can play on each wing. He's reportedly under contract with PSV in 2022 is this player. He's 21 years of age, so he is very, very young. His prime is Steven Bergwijn. He is Dutch, is the player. I think he's earned about 2 or 3 caps for Holland as is Steven Bergwijn. Reportedly, he's rated at around, what is it, £25 million or something like that. But reportedly, Man United had previously actually scouted this player earlier on in the season, reportedly. But yeah, he's this Steven Bergwijn, however you pronounce his surname, if I pronounce it right, has reportedly also too being mentioned in the press, as I currently said. But yeah, 2-1 today. Wasn't the best of performances, but we got the win. That's the most important thing. 19 goals now scored in 7 games, as I said, which is very, very impressive indeed. Rashford scored in his last 4 games. Paul Pogba's been scoring. Paul Pogba's been providing, as we all currently know in the process. And I've already updated you with all the other transfer rumours, what have been going on with Man United. So Steven Bergwijn were the latest name to be mentioned today in the media. Obviously, reports have been coming out as well, reportedly regarding Ander Herrera. I think we can come to terms, to be quite honest with you, of signing Ander Herrera a new deal with the club, because he's been irregular. You know, he's been playing a big part in the team since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you know, has come in as a manager, as we all know. Ander Herrera, I think Atletico Bilbao have reportedly, you know, still been interested in Ander Herrera, but I think his preference is to sign a new deal at Manchester United, and I hope he does, because he's still a very, very good player. I think he's been good, you know, since we got him, you know, in 2014, you know, under Louis van Gaal era, and this is what is now 5th season, is it, with Manchester United. He's just made over 2 just under 2 century appearances for the club, but I think he complements our midfield fantastically well, and I think he'll flourish even more under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ander Herrera. But he's been a key player in our team, you know, since Solskjaer has come in, and Solskjaer has praised Ander Herrera, because I think his performances, especially under Solskjaer, have been very, very good indeed. Indeed, and obviously, I do honestly, when we've heard the news about Juan Mata today, that's come out in the press about Juan Mata as well. Juan Mata. There's been news coming out about Juan Mata today as well. Reportedly, he's on about £170,000 a week. Reportedly, you know, we do want to sign him to a new contract at Manchester United. Reportedly, currently, Juan Mata and his current agent and his father are set to talk with the Manchester United officials, you know, about getting Juan Mata a new deal. I think we're keen on signing him a 1-year extension. Maybe we'll reduce his £170,000 a week of wages he's receiving at the club as well. And he has been here since, what, 2014, so this is his 5th season now. So this is 5th season now in the process, and he has made over 200 appearances since he's been here. Juan Mata. He did say he's unsure if he'll be here next season, you know, to be quite honest with you, because obviously he misses Spain. He actually began his career with Spain, did Juan Mata, as we all currently know, but hopefully we could come to agreements on a new long-term deal for him as well. And we've got other players, you know, in the same situation as I've already been discussing with you, but that got reported in the media today about Juan Mata as well. But I think we will, you know, get him a new long-term deal, because a lot of players will want to stay now under Solskjaer, But I still think